It's just loading any faster like it did yesterday. No, I'm going to take that as a definite now. So, we got 3 more story quests to do, ignoring the one that can't yet be done because of the new quests, which definitely doing next week. Just to wait for the, build up, add some suspense. Also, gotta be very careful of running into quests, because that's something that seems to be happening a lot recently. Anyway, after this has started to load, we'll get on with the daily quests. Don't think, yeah, we completed the last story quest, so that's fine. What else is there? Possibly look at requests, because I think there's still 2 that need to be done. While this is loading, I'm gonna grab a drink real quick, so yeah, enjoy.
Diligence and dedication. Hard work is the only path to greatness. Diligence and dedication. Hard work is the only path to greatness. Diligence and dedication. Hard work is the only path to greatness. Diligence and dedication. Hard work is the only path to greatness.
Oh, okay, the game actually has loaded. Oh, right, Barbara's name card. Let me check if this is linked up, and then we can get started. Okay, that's fine. What mail do we have? Oh, I forgot about this. We're on part 3. Well, that is interesting. These seem to have shifted. Because that was above the first... Well, okay, of course it was above the first one, but that's no longer... Certainly a bit odd.
Diligence and dedication.
Anyway, so what do we have today? We have... We're going to Monster. We need to talk to someone. Defeat opponents, and hit the chill towers. Okay. I'm gonna quickly check if there are key claimable. I don't think there is. Story quests, we have... Okay, we're going to claim a key after doing these one. Time to skip some dialogue. Where are you? Are you down? Oh, there you are. Don't know why you're all the way out here, but... Oh, and that's furnace really... What? Oh. So you just want me to make a path or something? Oh wait, is this a... Oh no. Mountaintop? Sure. Don't know why I decided to go here of all places, other than it being close by. Why are you shooting me? Okay, this wasn't this tall before. Oh. How's it that one knows me? This one doesn't pay any attention.
Burn!
I'll protect us.
There we go. Oh, and then there's just this one. Any food? Just some raw meat and looks of things, but suppose it adds to what I already have, which is, I think, too much. Once I remember where they are. I have 12 of this stuff, which is actually quite a good stuff here. I have over 1,000. Okay. Also, I don't understand the inventory capacity thing. Like, I'm guessing it's based on type, not quantity. But also, like, why? $5,000 more. No, you did not. I mean, I wouldn't underpay someone who's just beat a bunch of people for you, because, you know, they're going to beat you up if you don't pay them enough. Okay, that was unintentional. I forgot what WASD was. Oh, we haven't done any, what's it called? Spiral Abyss in a while. Could I have a look at doing some of that? Although before that I probably should get Barbara leveled up a bit more. Oh wait, you need 2 teams, don't you? Okay, maybe I won't do Spiral Abyss anytime soon. So I need to get a second team prepared. How did you get stuck?
Let's dance. Hi.
Yeah, I don't want to read that. I've already done this, I think. Damage mask, heavy horn, and these things.
Keep going.
2 more opponents, and Heliotrope Towers. That one's just going to be annoying, because Heliotrope Towers always are. Oh. I know, why hasn't there been here? No, I didn't want to... I swear that is too easy to do at times.
Don't stay out in the rain for too long. You'll catch a cold. Ma. I'll protect her.
Well, that's definitely 5 opponents.
When you hear thunder, it's best practice to stay away from tall trees. Rangers must also be on the lookout for any signs of a forest. Hide this off the side.
Windblade!
There we go. Oh, collect a few bits and bobs that are around. I'm guessing this is meant to be a cooking pot. But it's a bit... well... yeah. Anyway, the last one is again... oh. Just... I was on the... okay, these are in weird places today. Oh, is it raining in the area that I need to burn things? That's unfortunate. Oh, that was fair enough. I'm not quite sure what I just said. Right, there are a few minerals there. Don't really feel like collecting them though. Okay, let us go back to Mondstadt. Hopefully there aren't any quests here. I don't... okay, there we go. See, why is the map still flashing? I'm not in Outbounds anymore.
Add Thank you for... add
I started on Sumu this time. Maybe it does start in different ones, I just don't really notice it. Okay, so claim this. Oh, we're very close to our battle pass level. That one's doable.
Take your pick.
Do I need anything from you?
No wonder you're a master.
What daily quest? Okay, I'm gonna check for Inazuma Masato Estate. I need to check the bounties. I'm not sure everyone will be able to do them because, you know, the last one was a bit dicey. So what is this going to be? 30 out of 40. It's still 15 missing. Oh, it's a thing. I'm gonna have a look real quick. Do I have Ito leveled? Is that 70? Why is it only 70? Oh, okay. I need to go collect only capture. But you definitely not have enough. You still need an artifact as well. Scope opportunities. I think I didn't give you an artifact here because I didn't have a good one. Pyro, Animo, yes I didn't. I need to get a new artifact for this, which I know I did because I ran out of resin because I spent it all trying to get those artifacts. Got it. Let's just Scream's barrel of fun.
With the wind!
Not the best direction to go with that. Okay, I'm not sure what set off it was. No. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was me or the hilly. Is it a hilly? I think I would call it a hilly wall. I don't think it's called that though. No, it's not. It's called a Loricho. See, I think I'm getting that from Pokemon. Oh, it just tried to reset. Oh, if it did. Oh, I would be so mad. Okay. Go heal up. And go to do another. Hopefully it isn't a samurai. We'll drop by the city to grab some food though. So we need some revival things. What was it I had before? I mean, this seems doable. I think this is maybe what I was using. Just I need more fowl. Or foal. Very pronounced foal to be fair, but... Okay, let's cook 12 of those. No bonus. Ouch. Do you have anything to sell me? Okay, I've already bought all your recipes. Do you have any fowl? No, you don't. Although you do have fish and crabs, which I will purchase. I may have to pay a visit to Mondstadt for that. What do you have for sale? Ooh, you have a new recipe. Don't have any fowl though. I'm gonna pay a visit to Inazuma as well in that case. Wait. No, Leeway, that's the one. Wait. Yeah, it's Leeway. Mixing up your places. I think he sells ingredients. I'll check the food vendor though. Wait, they actually sell delicious food? I mean, it's 1-star delicious food, but it's still delicious food. I'm surprised they actually sell it. Okay, do you have any fowl? No, but you do have rice and almonds. I wonder if there are... Wait, what was the special offer? Leeway reputation level discount. Oh, I forgot about that. Anyway, let's continue with this for now. We have the food anyway. I don't think you can get fowl from a foal from what are they called? Expeditions. Oh, this is gonna be grim because this is also a electric one.
Your lucky day. Say no more.
Taste my flame.
Wind blade. There's more.
The fairy.
Your verdict is.
Come on.
That was
we
pretty
can
necessary
do
to
it.
be fair, but
Let's dance. Fallen Amber, help!
To the fairy.
I'll protect us.
Burn.
Cheap trick.
Wind blade. Disappear.
Let's dance.
Say no more. Yeah.
Cheap tricks.
Verdict is.
I'm ready.
I'll protect us. Hi.
That won't work.
Your lucky day. Wind blade. Yes. Yeah. With the wind.
Vice.
Ready, steady, go! Let the show begin.
Perfect
Just
distance.
like we rehearsed. Worst danger.
Wind blade. Let's get down to business.
It's over. That won't work. You win
there we go.
this.
I swear that's the longest one. Anyway, with that done, we can get on with the story, because I don't know whose it is today though. We'll have to look. Oh, it's Yelan's. And oh right, yeah, because she goes from I think Leeway to Inazuma. I'm pretty sure there was something else before this, but I don't remember what it was.
Uncle Tien, we're here to chat with you.
Oh? What a lovely surprise. Welcome. Oishi, why don't you go downstairs and get the shopkeeper to make us a fresh pot of tea? I heard that you've been traveling all over the place recently. I would very much like to hear your adventure stories.
What was it about your oh, is something wrong?
Hoishin told you, didn't she? Don't worry. I'm quite alright. It's just the years gradually catching up with me. As I
Oh, wait,
grow
I think I
older,
remember.
I'm starting to find that
He did
with
something.
many things.
I don't remember what,
though
maybe it was
the
about
mind is
retiring or something?
willing, the flesh is weak. Especially recently, I've noticed a rather drastic drop in my energy levels. I am still very much in good standing as the Tianshu today. Nevertheless, I wish to pass on the position before my mental acuity begins to decline beyond redemption.
How difficult is it to transfer the Tianshu position?
Oh, well, you see, the Tianshu is a rather unique position among the Liyue Qixing. Historically speaking, the Tianshu rarely appears in public. We stay behind the scenes, planning and giving advice, so a public selection process would not be suitable. We also want to keep any prospective Tianshu candidates free from influence by outside forces, so we tend to be as discreet as possible in their assessment and appointment. For these reasons, the incumbent Tianshu typically recommends their candidate of choice, and this is then approved by the other Qixing members.
So in other words, you pick someone, and then Lady Keqing, Lady Ningguang, and the other Qixing appoint them?
Correct. Unfortunately, due to my health, I won't be able to assess every candidate myself. Not to despair, however, because I found someone exceptionally capable to act on my behalf as assessment officer.
Yelan then?
In fact, I believe you recently became acquainted with her yourself.
Oh? Who is it?
I'm heartbroken. I thought it might take you a little longer than this to forget all about me.
It's Yelan!
Jackpot. Uncle Tien here asked me to assess 3 candidates for him. Fancy joining me? You'll be among the first to get to know the next Tianshu. Might be a good opportunity for you.
What do you think?
Sure.
Paimon thinks so too. It can't be a bad thing to be on good terms with a new Qixing, right?
Alright then. Though, I gotta say, Uncle Tien, you say you're into behind-the-scenes planning? My work's of the covert variety too. Don't you think I might make a good Tianshu?
Huh? Yelan, you want to be the next Tianshu?
I'm not opposed to the idea, but I suspect Ningguang wouldn't let you go very easily after how long you've been working together. So, how about this? If your investigation reveals that none of the other candidates are qualified for the position, I'll recommend you for the job.
Deal. Well, you guys take your time. Everything's all set for the assessments to go ahead. Meet me on the first floor when you're ready. Until then, have a pleasant conversation.
What are these assessments?
Oh, and no need to pay for your tea. As the new owner of this fine establishment, this runs on the house.
Wait, you own this place? After telling Uncle Tien about your recent adventures, you return to the entrance of the tea house.
You're all set?
seems really worn down. It's like all his energy's gone.
Tends to
Yeah,
happen when you're a bit
It may
old.
sound harsh, but Uncle Tien is past his prime. He's not cut out for this anymore. So he's recommended 3 candidates. Their names are Qinwei, Mingguo, and Zhi. Qinwei is a wealthy entrepreneur. Mingguo works at the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs, and Zhi is focused on study and travel. Try to keep all that in mind.
Surely that last
Of
candidate would not be
course,
suitable
it doesn't
then.
really matter if you forget, since we'll be assessing them at Yuehai Pavilion in a short while.
Or at least be a lot less suitable.
Mingbo, Jui. Paimon should be able to remember their names, but what does the assessment involve exactly?
Let's leave that until we get to Yuehai Pavilion. All right. Heads in the game, people. The stakes don't get much higher than a change in the Qixing. We can't afford to miss anything, no matter how small.
Got it. We'll keep our eyes wide open.
Hmm. So we're going to UK Pavilion to perform our inspection. Oh, don't tell me it's up. I was like, what is this? No, we're still going up. Was there a chest under there? No. It might have been once upon a time, but I may have already gotten it. One of the two. Wait, what have I done on the battle pass? Complete 3 bounties. Ah. There we go, at level 1 now.
My legs are getting sore. What is wrong with this assessment officer? This is a huge occasion and I don't even get a chair. I've dealt with all kinds of people in my time, but never have I been made to stand while I'm waiting for an appointment.
Oh, I mean, I think it's fine.
That's called being complacent. If you're happy to just accept the way things are, you'll never be able to change anything in the future.
Oh, come on. That's just... Now you're just being unreasonable.
All right, you two. Let's not get into a big argument over this. It's not worth it. Qianwei, that was a bit uncalled for, and Mingbo, cut him some slack. We've all been standing around for a while. It's natural to be getting irritable. Look, how about this? There's no rule saying we're obliged to stand up while we wait, so why don't we borrow some chairs from the guild nearby?
Fine. They're not the best quality chairs, to be sure. But under the circumstances,
I feel
it
like this
would be
person's
better
choked
than
their own
nothing.
ass. This one's a bit too timid. You enter the assessment venue with your on,
It looks like all 3 candidates have
and
arrived.
then the one that had a solution actually is sort of competent.
Mm-hmm. We'll meet them formally soon. Before that, let me run you through the assessment process. I've split it into 2 stages: current affairs and planning, and face-to-face interview. In the first stage, candidates are required to submit a manifesto for Liyue's development. In the second stage, we will ask them some questions in person. Writing a manifesto takes time, so I informed them of this requirement in advance. These are the reports they submitted.
Wow.
I'm sorry, what?
One of them is really thick.
It's also worth mentioning a stipulation I gave them. Whoever is appointed as the new Tianshu will be expected to implement their plan as put forward in their manifesto. Failing the occurrence of some cataclysmic event, they will not be permitted to change their plan. Therefore, These 3 piles of documents in front of us represent where each candidate stands
Okay,
on
this
key
though,
policy
this
issues.
seems too big.
There's still some time. Have a skim through, get a first impression of what each person's proposing. I'll be waiting off to the side. Just let me know when you're done.
I thought you were supposed to be assessing those. I know you probably already read them, but still. Oh wait, whose is whose? So the one on... Oh, we can't tell. Not supposed to have a sit down. Let's read this one first. Manifesto covers domestic affairs, foreign affairs, and checks and balances, all in great detail. The focus seems to be problem solving. It provides concise and clear solutions to various problems. It's so thick you only have to skim through it thoroughly. The manifesto addresses many commercial issues and provides some very penetrating analysis. His view seems to be that regulations and incentives are both indispensable. And the final one, this manifesto covers domestic affairs quite comprehensively, focusing on people's livelihoods. The core principle seems to be that the greater good means a world that works for everyone. Right.
Finished, huh? What did you think?
Everyone took it very seriously.
Of course they did. They have the chance to be picked as the new Tianshu, so you can bet they're putting their best foot forward. And keep in mind, whoever gets in has to execute their plan as written. Nobody wants to have any regrets.
Yeah, what do you think?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
Oh,
We can talk more after the
okay.
interviews. We'll see the candidates now.
I guess
Let's
an
do one
unbiased
at a
opinion is
time.
worth it.
Start with Chenwei.
Yes, ma'am.
Leanne brings Chenwei in.
Oh? So you two are the assessment officers, are you? I had assumed that given the great import of this situation, Lady Ningguang would perhaps be assessing us in person. I certainly hadn't imagined I'd be seeing 2 entirely unfamiliar faces. I trust you've read through my manifesto? I'd be more than happy to clarify any details you found difficult to grasp. It was written with an expert audience in mind, after all.
Mind your tone, mister.
Relax. It wasn't intended as a personal slight against anyone in particular. I was simply stating a fact.
Did you learn that from Cloud Retainer?
Cloud Retainer? You know this Adeptus? Oh, yes, I remember now. You must be the traveler that people are constantly talking about. With your sterling reputation, you must have a respectable level of erudition. Perhaps you will be able to understand the concepts I have put forward. Although I shouldn't get my hopes up.
After asking Chenwei some questions, Yeon tells him
Oh,
to fetch.
Is it my
Ningbo.
turn?
Yes. Please introduce yourself.
I'm, Mingbo. I work in the Ministry of Civil Affairs. I've worked there for, 9 years, 5 months, and 3 days. In that time, I've handled, 2,347 cases. I have 12 active cases at the moment. They should be concluded in, 16 days? My current work is related to urban planning, and I'm also responsible for, auditing the accounts. To be more precise, there are 3 parts to the accounts, namely...
Is it just Paimon, or is he not very good at public speaking?
No.
You know what? Let's leave the self-introduction there and move on to some questions.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeon forces her way through a few questions with Mingbo and lets him set. Yep.
Hello. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little nervous. What would you like to know? You're here to assess me, so ask away and I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability.
Your manifesto is very wide in its scope, but you don't seem to be personally involved in many of the specific fields. How can you be sure that you have the ability to put your plan into action?
Well, that was a bit blunt.
Very fair question. I completely understand where you're coming from. But I'm confident in my plan. I've visited many different places, talked to lots of people with far more expertise than myself, and my manifesto is the conclusion of these efforts. Of course, two different problems can be interconnected in very complicated ways, and you might reach two very contradictory conclusions depending on which one you're focusing on. What I've tried to do is strike a balance. In other words, present an optimal solution to all the problems as a whole.
How do you plan to determine whether you are right or wrong about your proposed solution being the optimal one?
A great question. Well, I'd start by having my colleagues and the secretaries of the Yuehai Pavilion evaluate any proposals before implementation. Post-implementation, it would all come down to the results. If it turned out that my judgment was to blame for poor results, I would take responsibility.
Nice answer. All right, next question.
After asking Jihi a few more questions, he sent someone his way.
He's like a great guy. Everything he said was thoughtful and logical, and he was just a pleasure to listen to.
True.
Here's my take on what we just learned. As you saw, Qianwei is highly knowledgeable. He proposes many excellent ideas in his manifesto which effectively target the big issues. But he is very proud and incredibly stubborn. He doesn't care much about other people's feelings. Mingboa's plan is more thorough and more measured. You can tell he's meticulous in his work, very detail-oriented. But he and Qianwei are otherwise polar opposites. Mingboa is not very articulate and comes across as very timid in conversation.
Perfect summary. Paimon couldn't agree more. You're good at this, Yeron.
Last but not least, Zhi. His manifesto is full
That's
of pertinent
okay.
details, his methodology is sound, and his proposals cover a broad range of fields, which is quite a rare feat. The depth he goes into in each and every area means it can only be a product of painstaking work. Plus, he is modest and good at dealing with people. But what really interests me is that many of his views happen to coincide with Uncle Tien's. Having someone like Zhi take the position would certainly put Uncle Tien's mind at rest.
Great.
We'll see. Let's go back and report to Uncle Tien.
So we're gonna have that person take this spot. Well, in theory. I doubt this is all there is. But it's never that simple. So why was the... Oh, because it wanted me to get... Okay. How you doing? You're telling Kajin about the assessment process.
I see. Then it's more or less as I anticipated.
All right, then let me ask this. The ideas in Zhi's manifesto are very similar to your own. Is there any particular reason behind this?
Oh, I didn't want to say anything when I gave you the list of candidates, for fear of affecting your judgment. But I can tell you now.
You're related in
Those
some way?
3 candidates have all studied under me in the past.
Okay.
It's only natural that they share some similarities with me. But Qianwei went on to focus on his business, and Mingbo has always been occupied with his work at the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Of all of them, Zhi was with me for the longest duration.
Whoa. So how did you get to know them all, Uncle Tien?
Qianwei was referred to me by an old friend. Mingbo came to my attention in the course of my work. As for Zhi, I was pure happenstance.
Ain't that fortunate?
We first met while fishing. Gradually, as we got to know each other, we started discussing all sorts of topics. Zhi came from a poor family, and his parents died when he was very young. But he was a gifted student and a fast learner. He reminded me of a younger version of myself. So I started out giving him a few words of advice when we were out fishing and noticed how quickly he got on.
Sounds like a family member.
Quite. And now, all of a sudden, he's grown into a mature young man. It's a joy to see, but it also gets one thinking. The young are growing up, and I am growing old. How time flies. No one can escape the cycle of life.
I don't know, Uncle Tian. You still seem in pretty good shape to me. You might have another few years of work left in you, don't you think?
Oh, you. There's really no need to console me. Having less energy than I used to isn't such a bad thing. It just means I finally have a good reason to retire and spend my days doing what old men like me should be doing. Going fishing whenever I feel like it.
Sounds like you sure love fishing, Uncle Tian.
Can't take it to the
There's
same.
nothing quite like fishing to pass the time. Ooh, and freshly caught fish, they make the most beautiful fish soup with barely any preparation required.
Fresh fish soup.
Oh,
Sounds
no.
tasty.
Doesn't it? Also, some time ago, Jury purchased a very special recipe from an old fisherman. When we've been fishing recently, Jury always brings some extra ingredients he prepared in advance. The addition of these makes the soup taste
Do
even
you happen
more
to have
wonderful.
this recipe?
That flavor
I'd like
makes
to
for
borrow
a
it,
fond memory.
please?
But at my age, who knows how many more chances I have left to taste it again.
Oh, can Paimon come next time too? Paimon really wants to try it.
Let's get back to the matter at hand. Uncle Tian, we've reported back. Do you have a verdict?
I appointed you as the assessment officer, and I trust your judgment. Had you not asked me why Jury's ideas were so similar to mine, I was not going to mention my history with any of them. This decision must be guided by what is fair and right. Please disregard all other considerations and make your final decision only after a thorough review of each candidate's talents and capabilities. Remember, you must be thorough.
Understood.
Hmm.
Come on, let's go talk somewhere else.
How
Bye-bye,
thorough
Uncle
exactly?
Tian. Look after yourself.
You follow Yan outside the tea house.
So, it's gonna be Jiri, right? His manifesto was written well, and he's the best speaker.
Easy. Let's not rush. There's no time limit for this assessment.
Huh? So, are you gonna give them more tests or something?
No, nothing like that. The assessment itself is complete. But let me give you a word of advice. Things are not always as they appear. The
In what
biggest
sense do you
no-no in
mean that?
intelligence work is to only get information from the person of interest themselves. The truth is almost always hidden beneath many layers of deception. You have to get information through
I
many
see, so we're
different
going to
channels.
ask about them.
For example, Wenyuan, Shanghua.
Yes?
Why do they all have spies?
Lady Yelan, what are your orders?
Ugh! Who are they? Where did they come from?
Did they scare you? These two are Wenyuan and Shanghua. They work for me. As my trusted assistants, they are always standing guard nearby. They also perform various assignments as required. Shanghua is a business expert who gets his information by trading. Wenyuan relies on word of mouth. And there's also Upei, who's not here right now.
That meathead must have been out there on sea surveillance for some time now. Is he all right? I seem to
Wait,
remember
what?
that he can't swim.
Nothing
You sense
can
when you
take that
can't.
guy down.
Wow.
Certainly not a
That
little
is just
wind and
rude, or
waves.
just mean even.
Shanghua, visit all the commerce guilds and look into Qianwei's background. Wenyuan, go to the Ministry of Civil Affairs and look through Mingbo's work files.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm guessing we're doing the persons.
So what about Jiri?
Jir-E, well, obviously as the most promising candidate, we will be investigating him ourselves. Let's go to the docks first. Lots of people passing through there. You can find out all kinds of things.
Ooh.
If we're looking for
What kind of things
information,
you talking about?
why don't we try talking to Bulai, the owner of Wanyu Boutique? He does business at the North Wharf. Maybe he has some for us.
That's actually not a bad idea. Let's go and ask him.
Now where is that place? It's this way.
Huh? What's Polite doing here today?
Oh wait, yeah, isn't he
Look,
usually...
your
There he
asking
is.
price for this batch is just too high. I can't buy in at this price. How am I supposed to turn a profit?
Come on, hear me out. I'm telling you, this is the single best batch of Sunsettias ever. You won't find anyone who disputes that. I accidentally dropped one into a well, and even the water turned sweet.
Even so...
All right. I'll let you in on a little secret. The boss of Second Life also wants to buy from me, but I haven't responded yet. If you won't take him, I'll just have to partner with
Well,
them
that's definitely
instead.
manipulation
And
in
neither of
itself.
us wants that.
Okay, well, when you put it that way, I'll accept your asking price. I'll take all your stock. Don't sell a single one to Second Life.
Trader who was negotiating with Barreleye leaves.
Oh, what are you doing here? And to be clear, these Sunsettias are mine. I got to them first. Don't get any ideas.
I got more than enough in my bag.
Actually, we
Which
wanted
is
to ask you about a guy
probably true to
called
be fair.
Juri. Have you heard of him before?
Juri? Yes, he's quite well known. I've heard a story about him. They say he was born into poverty. His parents died when he was young, and he was treated cruelly by the local community. One of his neighbors was terribly rude to him all the time, but Juri never retaliated. And when his neighbor went bankrupt, he even helped support the family. He returned cruelty with kindness, injustice with peace offerings. A gentleman of talent and character, and... oh, how did I not notice him sooner? In fact, maybe I'm not too late. If I could hire him to be the brand ambassador for Wanyo Boutique.
Oh, he sounds like a decent man. We can finally breathe a sigh of relief.
Why are you asking about him anyway? You aren't looking for a brand ambassador too, are you?
Something a bit different.
Well then, in that case, the higher bidder takes the... Ah, that's Juri right over there. Why don't we go and talk to him?
Where?
It's him, all right. Looks like he's chatting with Lean Long. Come on, let's follow them and listen in.
I'm sorry, we're just... Let's go.
Try not to let him see you. We want this information to be as truthful as possible.
I understand you want to understand
I'll
who
just
they
go
are.
and fetch an employment contract.
But-
and hey, don't try and
that's-
cut me out of this. Hey!
Spy on someone's conversation, that doesn't seem...
I understand. Let's walk and talk.
You know what? Why not?
So, you were looking to buy a wineware set? Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well?
The truth is, an old friend of mine, who likes to have a drink now and then, he fancies himself as a man of culture, but doesn't care for needless extravagance. So I thought I might buy him a set of high-quality fakes.
How very thoughtful of you. Leave it to me, then. Come and collect it at Shigu Antiques whenever is convenient.
I don't understand why they keep pausing and they're walking to talk.
Thank you very much, Miss Linlong.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Juri. These days, it's quite rare for someone of your standing to still keep up with their old friends. It's nice to see. I'll be sure to pick out a good set for you. You can count on me.
Oh, there we go.
Juri seems to get along really well with everyone.
we shouldn't jump to conclusions just yet. Let's go check out the wharf where he usually goes fishing.
Do we have to?
I was really a really very small thing.
Wait, you're not just trying to dig up some dirt on Juri because you want to be Tianshu yourself, are you?
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. But hey, if I do become Tianshu, I'll look out for you guys. You'll be able to try all the finest food for free. How does that sound?
Well, Paimon's on board.
Oh, come on! Off to the South Wharf we go!
It really doesn't take much to convince Paimon, does it? Oh yeah, I need to go through all these places after we've done the story quests as well. Because I need to look for the side quests. Don't know when to open that.
The wharf is as busy as ever. I hear the anglers here sometimes sell their fish to the nearby fishmongers. Let's see what Uncle Soon has to say.
Who is that? That is a big fish.
Welcome. What would you like to buy today?
Here to buy some information.
Sorry to interrupt. We're actually members of the, Liyue Anglers Association, and we just wanted to ask a few questions about someone. We've heard about this young man called Juri, who's supposed to be a fantastic fisherman. Just wondering if you happen to have heard of him?
Whoa! Yeon made up a whole fake identity without batting an eyelid!
That's not too surprising.
He's been making quite a name for himself recently. I've got some friends who travel all over the place, and they tell me everywhere they go they meet someone who's heard of him. Apparently, he had a rather tough time growing up. Had to work several jobs alongside his studies to make ends meet. How does that saying go? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, if there's anything to that logic, he's sure to be phenomenally successful one day.
Yeah, we think so too.
But I'm afraid your Anglers Association might be in for a disappointment.
Oh? Why's that?
He's good at a lot of things, but fishing isn't one of them. He fishes at the wharf and sells what he catches to me on occasion. His catches are always mediocre. Not terrible, but equally nothing to write home about. If you're looking to recruit some new members, though, I do know a few top anglers I could put you in touch with.
That sounds fantastic. I've got a couple of other things to attend to right now, though, so why don't I come back some other time and we can chat over a drink?
And then she never comes back.
See you.
Everywhere they go,
So how do they not know
meet
her?
someone who's heard of him.
Maybe she works more secretly than
Come
I
on,
thought.
let's keep asking around.
But he's bad at fishing. That's so far all the dirt we got on him.
Here to buy some fish? It's 300 for one or 3 for 1,000. You better hurry.
Hold on a minute.
When they're gone, they're gone.
Hello, we're from the Society
I'm
for
pretty
Fish
sure.
Price Research. We'd just like to ask a few questions.
3 times 300 is not 1,000. It's 900. Why have you added an extra 100 more there, huh?
Wow, she switched identity again!
Society for Fish Price Research. I haven't done anything illegal. Stay out of my
I
business.
wonder why she mentioned that.
Please, don't worry.
Right, it's
We're
convenient.
just here to conduct a simple survey. We've heard about a certain Juri who's been selling fresh fish at low prices in this area recently. Do you know anything about this?
So this isn't about me. You should have said something, you know. I know the guy. I can tell you what I know. I haven't heard anything about him selling fresh fish at low prices, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was him.
Oh? Why is that?
Because he's so poor. His parents died when he was very young, and his alcoholic father still owed a huge amount of debt. No one wanted anything to do with him. He was still a kid when he first came to the wharf. His clothes were ragged, and he had a bandage wrapped around his head. And he managed to survive, thanks to Uncle Tien, who gave him some food. But still to this day, he doesn't have a lot of mora to his name. I mean, he can afford to eat and everything, but you'll often see him haggling with others over just a few mora. So, I wouldn't be surprised to find out he's been selling a few fish. It's not like he catches much anyway, so it's not going to affect my business. Don't tell him I said that.
You'd rather he didn't know?
Well, I spoke to him once, briefly, and I just had a feeling that he really cares what other people think of him. I think he has pretty low self-esteem, but hey, it's hardly my place to say anything. What he's achieved already puts most people to shame. And nobody's perfect. I just wouldn't want to upset him, that's all.
I see. Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Not a problem. And just for the record, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the price of my fish.
The more times you say it, the less convincing it becomes.
Doesn't have a lot of mora to his name. Okay, let's keep going.
So, who's next on the shopping block?
Hey, it's you guys! Wait, what's the phrase? Oh yeah, honored to meet you.
Probably should know who this kid is.
The truth is, we
I
are
think
but
there's been-
newcomers to this territory. We heard tell of a great
maybe I
martial
haven't seen one
artist,
before.
Master Dugu, who knows everything there is to know. Hence, we sought you out to ask for your guidance.
Really? People said I know everything there is to know?
But
Definitely.
of course. We also heard that Master Dugu is a kind and virtuous
I mean, she
swordsman
even like
who
took off it in
never
line to
turns away
kids. I don't know if that's
anyone who
evil or
comes with
just
questions.
something else.
Great! So what do you wish to know? Nothing happens on this street that I don't know about.
Now she's lying to a kid.
I mean, it's a small
So,
lie.
Master Dugu, have you heard of one by the name of Jur-E?
Sure have. You mean that guy that all the grown-ups are talking about these days? I've heard many tales of Juri. For example, I can't remember. Probably 'cause it's nothing that important. I prefer stories about sword-fighting heroes.
Oh, I can completely understand that. Then let me ask you this. Do you remember roughly when the grown-ups started talking about Jur-E?
Oh yeah, I know that. It was about 2
2
or
or
3
3
months
months
ago.
ago.
Before that, people always used to talk about Juri in a kind of nasty tone of voice. But 2 or
Wait,
3 months
what?
ago, suddenly everyone started to like him. Sometimes he gives me candies, so I'm glad that people are starting to like him now.
Just as I thought.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, just as I thought, Master Dugu is indeed as kind and virtuous as the legends claim.
I'm not that great. Oh yeah, one other thing. These days, there's a lot of people I've never seen before talking about Juri stories in the street. They seem like nice people.
Oh, definitely.
Great! So next time I see them, I'll say hi. And I guess I can share some of my candies with them too.
Certainly. You can also tell my friend in Yanshang Tea House about what they're up to. I'm sure my friend would also like to say hi to them.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Well then, fare thee well, Master Dugu.
Until we meet again.
Any of that sound strange to you?
A bit.
Strange? What was strange about it? Ji seems to have a great reputation. Uncle Soon and Uncle Gas spoke highly of him, and Dugu Shuo seems to like him too.
True. But the issue is, where did his sudden celebrity come from? It almost seems too good to be true.
Sudden? Too good to be true? What do you mean?
So he returns cruelty with kindness and had to work to support his studies. These are the kinds of things that make someone well known in their hometown. But Uncle Soon said even his friends who travel far and wide hear about him wherever they go. That's a little over the top, if you ask me. Do you remember what Dugu Shuo said about Jur-E's stories? Clearly they left him with a good impression of the guy. But beyond that, he wasn't interested in the details. That's the reaction I would expect from any normal person. Plus, there's the fact that all this praise of Jur-E has only been happening within the last 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, that's the most odd part.
His childhood, his studies, the thing with his neighbor. None of these are recent events. So why are these stories only going around now?
When you put it like that, it is kinda strange.
Of course, if that's all there was to it, I wouldn't look into it any further. Jur-E was born into a poor family. Paying people to get his stories out there is within the rules of the game as far as I'm concerned. The problem is, do you remember what Uncle Gao said about him? He's stayed poor his whole life. Everything he's earned he's either spent on studying, traveling, or paying off debts. I don't think he has the mora to pay for a publicity campaign.
So you're saying someone's helping him?
Right. And that changes everything. It can mean a powerful faction is trying to gain influence over the Liu at
Maybe someone
Xixing.
called
That's the
Qian.
worst case scenario.
Because
But all
it's
too
like his
often,
most favorite.
the most
His most
pessimistic
favorite
speculation
person.
turns out to be closest to the truth.
Someone's trying to gain influence over the Qixing? That sounds serious. What should we do? Even if we asked Juri about it, surely there's no way he'd admit it.
First, we need to find out who's supporting him. Don't worry, I've got a plan.
Ooh. The bit of
Remember
scheming
the
we
current
do.
affairs and planning stage of the assessment? Since the successful candidate is duty-bound to implement their plan after taking office, their manifesto tells us their stance on key issues. Whoever is secretly helping Jur-E must be seeking to benefit from his actions after his appointment. So, we should
I
be
thought
able to
his was
find some
very-
hints in
covered a very
Jur-E's
broad
manifesto
area
on
of
who we're
things.
dealing with. Come on, let's get back to Yenshang Tea House. Jur-E's manifesto covers a huge range of topics. Looking for details that don't add up will be like trying to find a needle in a haystack. I'll divide the reports into 2 piles. You take one, I'll take the other. When we're finished, we'll put our heads together. Officially, the assessment is already over, and I'll be expected to announce the results before long. So we have to get to the bottom of this as quickly as we can.
Yikes! We better hurry!
Whatever else Uncle Tian might think of Jur-E, the fact remains that he's one of his favorite students. Any evidence he's left is not going to be immediately obvious. We'll have to look carefully and think critically.
So, we're looking over the manifesto.
Even though Yelan took half, this is still a lot to get through.
I mean, there's 3 of us, 1 of her. I'm sure we've got this.
Somewhere.
Sea Rock Roads. Let's go start with C. Due to the variety of factors, sea storms have become stronger in recent years. I suggest we set up a special patrol unit to deal with sea monsters. The fleet should consist of the following. Covers various issues related to coastal defense. Rock. Much of Leeway's folklore suggests the Rex Lapis led a great deal of wealth in the mountains of Leeway. However, due to obstacles hindering the excavation operation at the chasm, many projects have been called off. The workers of the Blackcliff Forge have been idle near the Golden House for a long time now. They should be given the first refusal if any suitable projects arise. Covers mining, tunnel construction, and ruin exploration. And roads. The treacherous terrain around Huaguang Stone Forest and Qiying Peak means the area has weak transport links. The sheer mountain peaks are connected by only rope bridges. They are dangerous to walk on, wholly unsuited for the transportation of goods. These are rich in medicinal herbs and ore deposits. Building a road network and around the mines would be beneficial to everyone. Covers plans to build roads and bridges. Stop reading.
Oh, this reading is giving Paimon a headache. Let's take a break.
Looks like I'm the first one back, as usual.
Oh, hey! It's one of Yeon's little helpers, Shanghua! If you're back, that means you finished investigating Tianwei, right?
You betcha. I visited all the commerce guilds and gathered a wealth of information. Every time they asked me to leave, but I always had another trick up my sleeve.
Don't drag this out. Just tell us your findings.
Yes, Lady Yelan. To summarize my findings, most people who've had interactions with Tianwei will start out complaining about how proud and arrogant he is, but then go on to give a generally positive appraisal of him. The young master of the Feiyun Commerce Guild said that Tianwei appears arrogant, but he's very scrupulous in the way he works. Once he signs a contract with somebody, he treats them fairly regardless of their background.
Who'd have thought?
Is it possible that his reputation is fake? Is there any way you can check the accounts of the businesses under his name?
In theory, that should be very difficult. But here's the thing. I asked around and found out that almost all of Tianwei's accounts are open to the public. Where he buys from and sells to should be confidential business information, but he doesn't seem interested in protecting it at all.
Okay.
Tianwei often sees business opportunities that others don't, but once he's made enough mora off of it, it's like he gets sick of it and releases all of his trade secrets. It's like he wants people to know that they still can't beat him, even if he shares all of his secrets. The fact that someone like that can still make mora is pretty infuriating when you think about it.
What a strange guy. It's like he's not doing business to make mora, but instead...
to validate his theories. No wonder his manifesto contains so many insights. It's all the result of his first-hand experimentation.
I'm back! Huh? How come you're here?
Why do you think? Obviously, because I possess superior skills and am always one step ahead of the competition. Well, when you're the competition, at least.
You... whatever. I'm not getting into an argument with you. If I hadn't had something else to take care of on the way, I would have been back long before you. Lady Yelan, I have finished investigating Mingbua.
Well, we're all ears.
The Ministry of Civil Affairs says that Mingbua struggles to get his words out when he gets nervous, especially when he's chatting with strangers. But after a few days of getting to know him, you can pretty much have a normal conversation with him. On the whole, the feedback from the Ministry of Civil Affairs was very positive. He always considers the things that everyone else overlooks.
In your opinion, was the Ministry of Civil Affairs' appraisal of Mingbua at all exaggerated?
I don't believe so. Mingbua is someone who has slowly but surely earned the reputation he has today. According to Miss Yu, the Ministry often gets Mingbua to take a final look at projects before they're implemented. People feel much more confident in something if it has his stamp of approval. Oh, and also, there was once someone in the Ministry who was lying and cheating to try to advance their career. Mingbua gave them the scolding of a lifetime. Apparently, he can be terrifying when he loses his temper. I haven't seen it for myself, though.
Whoa, that's hard to imagine.
Like I said before, things are not always as they appear.
Ah, so that's what you meant by that. Paimon's starting to get it now.
Thank you both. You're free to go now. So, have you finished reading the manifesto?
We still have a bit left.
You finished reading the manifesto with Yelan.
I can't see any immediate problems looking at the individual entries. The only one that strikes me as a little unusual is the Cheongshu Pool redevelopment plan.
Why is that?
Cheongshu Pool has always been home to many secrets. Plus, Ajdaha once wrought havoc there, so there are even more secrets buried deep underground. At some point, a rumor began to go around that there is great treasure buried beneath
There's also some
Cheongshu
great treasure
Pool.
down there.
A long time ago, with the approval of the Qixing, a mining team conducted an exploratory excavation there.
So, did they find any treasure?
None. The ruin was completely impenetrable. The only way they could have gotten through the solid rock would have been by blowing it open with a special kind of explosive. The technology wasn't mature enough at that time, so the excavation project was shut down and the treasure became a mere legend. Zhi-Yi's manifesto focuses on solving problems, and this treasure hunt seems extremely risky. It seems out of step with the rest of his plans. Still, this one fact alone doesn't tell us much. Everyone wants to get their hands on this treasure. The treasure hoarders, the Fatui, even local Liyue factions. Did you find anything?
Not really.
Excavation? Project? Treasure? Did we read anything similar in our half of the manifesto?
Blackcliff Forge. Okay.
Oh yeah! Juri said the Blackcliff Forge workers should get right of first refusal if any suitable projects come up.
Did he now? Well, that makes everything much clearer. So Zhi-Yi wants the Blackcliff Forge to excavate the treasure of Cheongshu Pool.
Does that mean the Blackcliff Forge is Juri's secret supporter?
No, not likely. I've looked into the Blackcliff Forge before. They aren't involved with any powerful factions at present.
But are they
Do
involved
possess
with
some specialized explosives, but it would
others?
seem more trouble than it's worth to put so many resources into a risky project like this. Still, since the clues are pointing toward the Blackcliff Forge, we should see where they lead. We may well find something new.
Qianwei and Mingbo both turned out to be completely different than what we thought. What about Juri? Is there another side to him too?
Possibly. Okay. Oh, day one. Yeah, definitely. It's day one, guys. Day one. Yeah. Anyway, let me redeem this. I want to go grab a drink real quick. So, 20 prima gems. Let's see. Okay, I'll be back in just a second. Right. Now we get to go investigate these things. Oh, the Jade Chamber. Why is it raining again? Also, can you not see... I would have thought you could see Celestia. Okay, I never remember which direction it's in. It'd be this way. I think. It's also possible that I just can't see it because of the fog. Oh, I'm sure it's nearby somewhere. Well, that's a long drop. How high up is that? Quite.
This is the Black Cliff Forge. Let's look around for clues.
Nothing had not happened today. Nothing had not happened today. Payday. Many recruits joined. Can't believe people are willing to join us at a time like this. One of the newcomers is very skilled. He got made the team leader. Nothing had not happened today.
What's this? A diary?
Seems like a log.
From the back, it looks like a ledger, but it seems they also use it as a site log. We don't know who wrote it, but it's interesting, don't you think? These newcomers, who could have sent them?
You think they're suspicious?
Yes. Look, it says right there, one of them's already been promoted to team leader. At this rate, by the time the Qingshu Pool redevelopment plan is ready to roll, they'll be the technical backbone of the team. That'll give them the chance to take a lot of liberties. They can copy any secret texts or steal any treasure they find underground. Imagine if we didn't suspect anything. By the time Jur-E recommends the Blackcliff Forge for the excavation project, at most we would maybe do a fresh background check on the place. No red flags if all they did was change some key staff. And even if we decided to vet the staff individually, they'd have had more than enough time by then to come up with fake identities. That's the advantage of planning this far in advance. It was a clever move.
When you put it like that, it all makes sense. If we hadn't found this out, someone else would have stolen the treasure.
But it's still based on the question of who actually wants the treasure.
So, who's really behind all this?
That's a question for the newcomers. But let's start with that worker over there for now.
Also, this place is a mess. Like, when a car has managed to get itself into the floor, you have to wonder what they're doing. I also forgot to grab that chest. Well...
Excuse us. We want to ask you about the newcomers.
You want them to teach you or something? I gotta say, these newcomers are in tip-top shape. Fast learners, too. They're picking up all the skills unbelievably fast. My only complaint is that they're always going out drinking at night. But they never let us join them.
Yeah, I don't think that's drinking.
I guess they just need some time to adjust. I'm sure we'll get to know each other over time.
They go out drinking. This area isn't exactly renowned for the nightlife. I'm guessing it's a long trip to the nearest tavern.
You got that right. They tell me they go all the way back to Liyue Harbor to drink at Wanmin Restaurant. It rained after work today, so they actually stuck around at the site for a while. But as soon as the rain stopped, they went out drinking again right away. Hey, you're only young once, right? I say, if they can hack it, let them at it.
Interesting. Let's go talk somewhere else.
Yes, let's. He'll take you to a quieter place.
Looks like our hunch was on the Mora. These newcomers are very suspicious. Drinking in Liyue Harbor, huh? Some cover story. I'll wager they've been going to intelligence updates. Good thing it rained today. It means they'll leave footprints.
Oh, that's convenient.
I doubt they'd give themselves away that easily, but let's follow them and try our luck.
They don't highlight. That's unfortunate. What's this?
They went that way! Hurry, we gotta catch up!
I guess I'm gonna go left here. I don't know, they do continue onwards towards
These
Liyue.
footprints are heading towards Liyue Harbor.
Or
Maybe we
Liyue
were
Harbor, at
wrong
least.
about them.
But they must change at some point.
Just as I thought. They didn't go to Liyue Harbor. They went that way.
Okay, these footsteps are continuing this way. Oh, I see another arrow.
The footprints stop here. But, judging from the direction, I'm guessing their destination was that abandoned house.
I mean, why would you go there to drink? It seems like a very bad place, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, there's a lot of stuff in there. Oh, strange traces. There's there may have been a fight here, but it's hard to say for certain. This is the work of a professional, but who? What am I stuck on? Investigate. You find a fresh fruit pit in the pile of leaves. Means someone was here recently, but you can't find any more clues. Can I fit through here? Yes. Competitive mud of burned out fire. It's still a burned out fire. A fire that burned out. Something was burned here not long ago. So they're still nearby at least. And these stripes of dirt were likely made by a bamboo mat. That means someone slept here. Bamboo mat is nowhere to be seen now.
Looks like we were too late. This has gotta be where the newcomers rendezvous with whoever they're working for. But all the evidence has been destroyed. Look at these ashes. Someone was burning documents not long before we arrived.
Could there be anything left? Maybe the wind could have blown the fire out before everything was finished burning.
Seems unlikely.
The odds of that are very slim. It's practically impossible. I've checked. All the paper's been burned. There's only ash left now.
Why don't we wait for them back at the Black Cliff Forge? They've gotta go back there sooner or later.
We can't count on that. Clearly they were based here at one point, but it's mysteriously abandoned now. To me, that says that whoever's behind this has moved them somewhere else to throw our investigation off course.
Darn! Guess this is where a trail runs cold.
Make no mistake, the purpose of our trip wasn't to find any solid evidence. We just need to figure out who's behind Jur-E. I smelled something peculiar the moment I came in. Those newcomers probably thought they'd be safe as long as they burned the letters. But what they failed to consider is that paper and ink from different regions
I'm sorry, what?
produce different odors when they're burned.
Really? Paimon can't smell anything. Do you smell anything?
A very gentle
There
fragrance.
is a certain place with a freezing cold climate where there's nothing but ice as far as the eye can see.
Miss
Some
Maria?
wealthy people there put floral fragrance in their ink as a way of
not
injecting
right
a
down
little
where it's aiming.
romance into their writing.
That's a cold
When that
place.
fragrant ink is burned, this
Okay,
is the
it is.
exact odor that it leaves behind. Exactly. The evidence will soon be blown away by the wind, so it's nothing we can arrest anyone with. But it's all I need. Now I know who we're dealing with.
Yeah, I'm
I can
surprised, to
plan
be
our
fair.
next move.
Lady Yelan! Oh, thank goodness I finally found you. I thought I'd never see you again.
I'm guessing this is the one that was on the boat?
Don't be alarmed. This is Upei. He's Wenyuan and Shanghua's colleague. I sent him to look into Jur-E's regular contacts. Since Jur-E likes fishing, Upei thought he might know some of the fishermen and sailors, so he took a boat out to sea to ask around. I left him a note at Yanshang Tea House telling him to look for me at Black Cliff Forge when he got back. If there'd been an ambush waiting for us there, it means we'd have had some backup. So, What did you find out at sea?
Forgive my incompetence. I'm afraid I've come up empty-handed. I asked all the fishermen multiple times, but none of them had any interactions with Juri before. Then the waves got so choppy I ended up falling overboard. Fortunately, someone managed to drag me out.
Well, at least not
When
bad.
I got back, I heard that you'd gone to Blackcliff Forge and might need backup, so I went straight there as fast as I could. Didn't even stop to change my clothes.
Well, Uncle Tien said that Juri once bought a recipe from one of the fishermen. Did you hear anything about that at all?
What? That's news to me. No, that's not possible. It's absolutely not possible. Lady Yelan, I'm telling you, I spoke to every single fisherman out there, and none of them mentioned anything about a recipe.
Interesting. Then I wonder how that even more wonderful fish soup came about.
Fish soup? What fish soup?
Nothing. Our priority right now is to find a way to get our hands on some solid evidence.
I don't understand.
Well,
Why would a fish
any suggestions?
send someone to tell them catch them red-handed when they meet?
Not a bad idea. Upe, what do you think?
Honestly, I've already tried following Juri, but the guy's too cautious. Never meets with anyone suspicious.
Let's then.
Okay, so Tailing's out.
No, we'll still need to tail him. But first, we need to do some groundwork.
Groundwork?
When you've worked in intelligence for a long time, you'll understand that no one can stay on high alert forever. Especially when he thinks he's about to win.
So are you going to tell him to
Tomorrow
guess the
morning, I'll
position?
announce his victory at Yohai Pavilion.
Okay.
Take a guess what you think he'll do next.
Go and inform his
Be sure
benefactors.
to arrive on time. You won't want to miss the show.
Ooh. Love a good show, me. Wait until 9 to 11 the following day. Why should we just miss it? Right about there. Go to there, which is right there. I mean, I guess we just jump down and start, you know, make an entrance. Now be careful not to injure myself here. That's not
It
good.
looks like we're all here. Well then,
I'm
time for
probably
me
dead.
to announce the results of the assessment process. I won't drone on about the importance of the Tianshu role. Suffice to say that Uncle Tien entrusted me with the monumentally important task of assessing the candidates. And now, it falls to me to give him a satisfactory answer.
All of us here know the score. Don't beat around the bush, just get on with it.
Qianwei has many pioneering ideas, but some of his plans are lacking in detail, and he easily gets into testy exchanges with other people. Mingbo is reliable, but not
Like
quite
his hat.
ambitious enough, and because of his personality, he struggles to win people over. In contrast, Juri is evenly balanced across the board, and enjoys an excellent reputation in Liyue. After much consideration, I have decided to recommend Juri to the Liyue Qixing.
What?
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm a little surprised to hear my name being announced. In my estimation, all three of us are worthy candidates for the Tianshu position. As your competitor, I've become keenly aware of your great talents. Would either of you entertain the possibility of working with me in the future and taking on some of my workload?
I'll have to see. I'm in a bad mood. This is the last thing I want to be thinking about right now.
I don't mind, as long as I can help.
Okay, well, that's all from me. Jur-E, you'll have some preparation to do. It won't be long before you're informed of your official appointment. I hope you will work hard and make Uncle Tien proud.
I will live up to the Tianshu name. On this, you have my word. I should go.
So when does
I
it
need to
happen
pack
when
my
we actually
things,
find
and
out
then I
what's
think a
going on?
celebratory meal is in order. Would anyone like to join me?
Count me out. I'm not in the mood for a celebration.
Jur-E seems pretty relaxed now. This would be a good time to follow him.
Hey, Traveler, tell me something. What exactly does that guy have that I don't?
Manners.
If you can't answer that, I'm not accepting this result.
I, also wouldn't mind knowing.
Oh no, if we get stuck here, we won't be able to leave.
Follow him.
Yes, ma'am.
After finally persuading Shanwei and Mingbo to
We
leave,
finally got rid of them.
Lady Yelan, Jur-E has gone towards Feiyun Slope.
Follow him, quickly.
So
guess
Jur-E
that's where
really...
we're going. Oh, I guess we're going there then. Like, that's what that's called?
But Uncle Tien thinks so highly of him. Why would he do this?
Probably because he wouldn't have any
Difficult to
understanding
say,
otherwise.
but everything should become a lot clearer when we find him.
Or revenge, one of the two. Also, I'm not dead. Which is surprising.
I'm sorry, Lady Yelan. We lost him. He's too good at this. We weren't able to keep following him without being seen.
How the heck did he manage to shake Yelan's subordinates? I guess Jur-E didn't let his guard down. Still as vigilant as ever.
No, Upei says he's much more relaxed than usual. Maybe it's just how he's wired. Perceptive enough to sense when he's being watched.
But how?
Don't blame yourselves. Let's not forget he was trained by Uncle Tien himself. Evading detection is not an unusual skill for him to have. If I'd asked you to tail Uncle Tien, you'd have ended up at a dead end too. It's fine. So, where did you lose him?
Shinue
I would say we're
kiosk.
going to go
We
into
only went in briefly.
bank.
Upei and I were watching outside the whole time. A few moments later, a man dressed in a completely different outfit came out. Upei had a feeling that it was him, but we couldn't get close enough to check without blowing our cover.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I figured that if we spooked him, it would undo what we've accomplished today so far. Another option would have been to arrest him there and then, but without any evidence, that would have been meaningless. So I stopped Upei, and I stayed here to wait for you while that meathead went to ask around in Shinue kiosk.
Good work. The fish didn't take the bait, but that's okay. As long as he's still swimming around, we'll find a way to catch him eventually. The key is figuring out what he's trying to achieve. Let's go to Shinue kiosk.
Might be the first time I've ever been in this building. I didn't... Wait, you sell food? Hold on. Oh, you sell recipes. Hello. Hey, why? Oh, it's food. I say, why is there two of those? There we go, we got some more food. I don't know where recipes are stored though. Oh, here they are. Then we can cook those things.
Could you explain to me how that works? A guy like him comes in, changes his whole outfit right under your nose, and you don't even ask him about it?
Our customers are free to dress however they please. What grounds would I have to question him?
I mean, he has a point.
Okay, fair enough, but didn't you think it was just a little bit strange?
Well, maybe I did, but it still doesn't give me the right to stop him.
Enough. Let's tone this down a little. I'll make this quick. Just one question. What did he buy while he was here?
Oh, he didn't buy anything. He just picked up a bottle of liquor that he ordered ages ago.
A bottle of liquor?
Yes, a very strong kind. Fiery, with a rich flavor. Not something the average customer would order. This gentleman ordered it in person from us a long time ago. He was only here today to pick it up.
Liquor and wineware. I see.
What happened to be like 2-3 months ago?
Where to?
Shigu Antiques.
Oh right, he was speaking about that, wasn't he? Yeah, he wanted to get some things as a gift. Probably already left by this point though.
Hey, Miss Linlong. Sorry to bother you. Zhi ordered a wineware set from you not long ago, right? We're friends of his. He's been telling us how impressed he is with the quality, considering how affordable it was. So we just had to come and take a look for ourselves.
Sure. Which model are you looking for?
We don't really know a whole lot about wineware. Let's just go with Zhi's choice. Would you be able to show us the one he bought?
Zhi picked up his set not long ago. As a quality imitation of an antique wineware set, it has the look and feel of a luxury item. Just so you're aware,
Yeah, another one of
we
those.
don't have many of this model left in stock. And now that Mr. Zhi has taken one, I'm afraid it may encourage the price to go up a little.
Don't worry, price shouldn't be an issue. I'm sure we can work something out. But I'm just a little hazy on one thing. Did Zhi's wineware set include wine glasses, or...?
For this set, the wine glasses are sold separately. Minimum purchase is 1 glass, maximum is 4. Mr. Zhi bought 2.
Okay. Thanks, Linlong. Seems there's a little more to buying wineware than I first thought. We'll have to mull it over.
Well, don't take too long. We could sell out any day now. All right, see you next time.
You find a quiet place nearby.
This is turning into a real headache.
I'd just like to point out that we have the self-professed Grand Master of Fieldwork here to thank for being wholly incapable of tailing an ordinary civilian without being seen.
It's not like you did any better.
My specialty is information trading, okay? I don't have the physical agility. What's your excuse?
Fair point.
Yelan, so has the plan failed?
No.
Oh, if we can't figure out where Jerry went, there's not much we can do. But why was he buying liquor at Shinue Kiosk anyway? To celebrate?
If so, it's no ordinary celebration.
How's that one of some special purpose?
What do you mean?
First of all, Zhi isn't much of a drinker. On some level, he hates alcohol because of what it did to his father. If he was just looking to celebrate by himself, he wouldn't spend his meager savings on an expensive bottle of alcohol, let alone buy a pair of special wine glasses. No, this is a victory feast, held in honor of Zhi's private sponsor. Whoever
Well, I
this
can
person
understand
is
that
clearly
much.
enjoys hard liquor and has a very high status, hence the need for expensive-looking wineware. Now, where might we find Fatui who match that description, I wonder?
Fatui officials. Should be either the Snezhnayan Embassy or the Northland Bank.
Have both locations surrounded. Take as many people as you need.
Lady Yelan, is it time for us to make our move? If so, you can count me in.
Get with the program, would you? This is a covert surveillance operation. Zhi may be vigilant, but that doesn't mean the same is true for his drinking buddy. In which case, we don't need to change tactics. Just change who we're following.
Great idea! So we just need to find out who Jerry bought that liquor for and follow them instead.
But Lady Yelan, if we get caught, this could become a major diplomatic incident.
I'm well aware.
Yeah, that always is a
but
risk.
Don't you see? Jur-E is gambling everything on this. If we really want to catch him, we're going to have to accept a little risk ourselves. Stick to your orders, and make sure we're covering all other bases too. Anywhere else Jur-E might be going.
Cause international
I want eyes
incidents
on those
themselves.
locations.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
Don't worry, Lady Yelan. Jur-E may be a slippery character, but we'll keep a close watch on the movements of all Fatui officials.
I'll be waiting for you at the tea house. If I'm guessing correctly, Fatui officials are likely to take action at night. You should go and get ready. Then meet me at Yansheng Tea House.
oh, we get to put our plan to action. Hello, Yelan. Don't mind us coming behind you.
Wen Yuan just sent word that the Fatui ambassador, Yusupov, just left the embassy alone. He's heading in the direction of Qingshu Pool.
Qingshu Pool? That's the place Jerry mentioned in his manifesto.
It looks like that's where they've arranged to meet. Sensible choice, I'll give them that. Qingshu Pool is always crawling with monsters. Most people wouldn't dream of going there. It's one place they won't need to worry about being seen.
Oh no, we gotta go get them!
Let's go. If my hunch is correct, we just might hit the jackpot this time.
Oh, that makes sense. She's a gambler, isn't she? Well, at least appears so. With the whole dice and that, but... You know. Where are we going? Oh, this way. That's a big circle. Guess I'm not a prudent adventurer then. I honestly don't remember much about this place.
This is Qingshu Pool, full of ruins, crawling with monsters.
I
Anyone
still
with any
apologize.
sense steers well clear of this place.
Oh,
I've looked
well.
into the place before. There's a worker's entrance somewhere around here. Follow me.
Oh, okay. There we go.
There's been some work done on this place in the past, but it's a bit of a labyrinth inside. I can't guarantee we'll be safe once we're underground.
That's fine.
The workers left an emergency access route. If we can find it, this will be a much easier journey. Still, be ready to fight at any moment. Any resistance needs to be taken out quickly and quietly. We don't want to attract too much attention.
Don't worry, we're all
We don't
professionals here.
Drank attention, yes.
By the way, Yelan, where are your 3 little helpers at?
They have other things to take care of first. We couldn't afford to wait for them, but they'll join us later.
Right. Teleport waypoint unlocked. What? Anyway. New Pebble Underground Ruins. 82. It should be fine. This is just me, I don't need anything like Electro. Which I actually pretty should have read. Oh well.
No!
Oh, right, she uses a bow.
Take it easy. Busted. Take it easy.
Still don't fully understand that attack, but...
As I expected.
Just-
But this shouldn't be too much trouble.
There we go. Where's there actually anything? Okay, it's just those barrels. Well, Okay, what's down here? Oh.
I see that? That's gotta be the Fatui ambassador here to meet Ji. Looks like he went through that door. That must be the emergency access route, right? Come on, let's hurry.
Okay, now how do we open that emergency access route? That is the real question. Also, why are there so many boxes there? Ooh, it changes. That creates like a shockwave. And that's just a normal arrow. Okay, I see. We have a pool down there. Some water there. A thing to step on there. An arrow over here.
This is the construction workers' emergency access route, but it's closed tight. Trying to break through would be risky. Let's see if we can find another way.
Oh. What's up here then? Are those things? Oh, we need, yeah, these. I guess that activates the puzzle. So, let's just deal with these.
Gotcha. Busted. Here comes the
Okay, let's see what this does. I'm seeing a lot of numbers. And they're dead. Okay. That's very powerful. Got it. Also, that didn't appear. I don't quite... Okay, see, now it's going back to that. Okay, what does that actually do? Charge it performs. More precise aim shot with increased damage. While aiming, flame water will accumulate around the arrowhead. A fully charged torrential arrow will do hydro damage. Elon will enter breakthrough state after spending 5 seconds out of combat, which will cause her next charged aim shot to have 80% decreased charge time. And once charged, she can fire a breakthrough barb that will do AoE hydro damage based on Elon's max HP. Right. Okay, I'm going to pretend I understand what that means. Ooh, an exquisite chest. Don't mind if I do. Oh, is there some fat? Yeah, I need that. Okay. And this just happened to reset.
Down. Hey, look! Is that another way through?
What is going on here? Once these things are removed, but I can't move them yet. Oh, we have another platform. Wait, the bracelet lights up. Oh. That's actually really cool. Huh. Glowy bracelet. Two more of these. Just recharge the bracelet. See, this is what I don't quite understand. It's not charging, unless it just takes incredibly long in combat. Let's see if it charges. Doesn't seem to want to. Maybe it is just an out of combat when you go into it. Get like a bit of bonus. Okay, well that's those dealt with. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Take it easy.
Moving walls. Not the first time I've dealt with those. Oh. Wait, so where did that? Oh, went here. Chest. And we'll just open that back up. Open this. Oh, that's blocked. I want to get in there, so I need to go around this way.
Quietly now. Busted.
Yeah, I'll just use this. Makes this go so much faster.
Take it easy.
What's in here? Oh. A bit disappointing. I think this is the door we want. Break these. There we go, another chest. Well, that was... Oh, okay. Jigsaw. That's... something. Oh, and we have these two, which I guess I need to break. Or push. And now we can move the door. A path beneath the stone. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, we're gonna ignore that, I'm sure it's fine. This water is deep enough to drown in. Okay, this part isn't though.
The water's flowed into the groove, and now the statues.
So what is this supposed to do?
Okay, now we should be able to move
Ouch.
the statues.
Okay, push this to here. Okay, orange goes to orange. Blue needs to go out the way. Push. Push. Let's do a push. Push. And push this one out. Push this one. Push this one. And back to this one. I want to keep saying this one. And that should be it.
The door is open. Let's go.
Why are we going through this door? I thought the whole point was to take the emergency route, not the actual entrance.
We should be nearly at the bottom now. Let's wrap this up.
Nah, that's fine. That's fine.
Gotcha.
You know, it's always nice to have a claymore user.
Take it easy.
There we go. What's in here? Oh. Up. Oh no, it's a very small path. Oh, the perfect spy location.
I can tell from the aroma that this is very fine liquor indeed. I'm impressed. Come on, bottoms up. After you, of course.
Oh, sorry. That went down the wrong way. I've never drunk anything this strong before. It'll take me some getting used to.
You'll get there. If you want to stay friends with us, you have to drink with us.
I'll do my best.
You're more of a lightweight than I thought. Already struggling after one glass? I thought you were made of sterner stuff. You certainly kept it together when you were poisoning your teacher's soup. Come on, another round. Less talking, more drinking.
Is Uncle Tian okay?
You didn't leave me much of a choice, though, did you? Just the mention of poisoning sends shivers down my spine. I'm more timid than you realize. Every time I poisoned him, I had to hide away at home for a few days because I was so scared of getting caught.
Look, I know it has not been easy for you, my friend. We appreciate all your hard work. But, I have to say, you really are quite a genius at poisoning people. I mean, the poison we brought from Snezhnaya is as strong as this wine, but you found a way to turn it into an imperceptible, slow-acting poison, and came up with the idea of delivering it through fish soup.
Oh.
What was it you said? Oh, yeah. You said the soup's fishy flavor neutralizes the pungency of the poison, and this process even makes the soup tastier as a result. How did you think of that?
It struck me one day when I was fishing. I'm lucky it did. Otherwise, I'm not sure I would have been able to fool Uncle Tian.
You have performed excellently. The Fatui will continue to provide the support you need to consolidate your position as Tian Shu. Of course, this is as long as you continue to do as we instruct. Aside from Qingshu Pool, we also have some other requests for you, which we will inform you of in due course.
Don't worry. Whatever tasks you have for me, I will perform them diligently.
Did you hear that? It was poison! That's why Uncle Tian hasn't been feeling well recently. It's all Jurye's doing. What a nasty guy! Seize him!
Hold on. Did you bring a camera? If not, you can use mine.
Two
this
or
is
three.
Quite a scene.
I think it's two.
We have to capture it for posterity.
You take a picture of G and yeah.
Excellent liquor. We've seen no progress on the diplomatic front, and everyone has been eyeing up the treasure of Qingshu Pool. It's been a real headache for me. But soon, everything will be taken care of, and I can report back on a successful mission. Thank you, Jurye. I remember when I first saw you. I knew right away that you would make a good partner for us. Hey, do you still remember what I said to you?
How could I forget? You said a lowly commoner like me could never be seen as a serious candidate for the Tianshu, no matter how hard I work. The only way is for you to shine bright in the Tianshu's darkest moment. I think you were absolutely right.
Yes. Under normal circumstances, the gap between you and other people could only ever grow wider over time. Just look at your two competitors. Qianwei had wealth. Mingbo had reputation. But you had nothing. You were just another nobody. And that's why I decided to help you. You know, there's an old saying in the Fatui. Give a starving dog a bone, and it'll guard your home for the rest of its life.
Yeah, but if I do get the Snezhnaya, I won't promise that I won't be tempted to burn the entire place down. Just because a lot of the Fatui are pricks. Perfect example right here.
Yes. I cannot thank you enough for your generous support.
You know, the best thing about you is that you do as you're told without complaining. Hey, keep up the good work, and I can assure you, you'll never have to worry about Mora again. Heck, when you're not in the company of the Fatui, you'll be able to throw your weight around as much as you want. How about that?
Uncle Gao said that Jur-E has low self-esteem. Seems he was right. He was worried that whatever advantage he might have now will diminish over time, so the Fatui persuaded him that he should act while he can. Do you have any more film in the camera?
Oh, plenty.
Then get ready to use it. Tonight's grand finale should be coming up any minute now.
Oh.
How well this goes for us depends on how Jur-E plays his hand.
Ooh, is there any more alcohol? Go on. Fill me up. I'm in a good mood today, and I'm gonna drink my fill. Make sure to get me home safely afterward.
There's only a little left. Here, I'll fill your glass. If you like it, I can bring you some more next time.
Whoa, this is the good stuff. It is great.
Did he poison
What the?
Suddenly the Fatui official seems to be in pain and slowly drops to the ground.
Jur-E, you poisoned my wine? But when?
You seem surprised, Mr. Yusupov.
How could
I mean, you deserved it.
How could I not? I've sacrificed years of my life studying and reflecting to prepare myself for this position. And in the end, I even had to poison my own teacher. You really think I'd put myself through all that just to become your little puppet? I don't want to bow down to anyone ever again. And that includes you.
You imbecile. It's the Fatui who got you to where you are. Do you understand? If I disappear with no explanation, the embassy will come after you. They'll get to the bottom of this. Mark my words.
Do you see the haystack in the corner? Underneath it is a pile of explosives. And next door in the dark room are the 3 undercover agents you sent to infiltrate the Black Cliff Forge. I'm gonna stay here till I see you slip into unconsciousness. Then I'm gonna set this on fire. Once the flames burn through the hay, they'll ignite the explosives, the ruins will collapse, and everything will be buried.
What do you hope to?
I took the liberty of leaving some evidence of your contact with the undercover agents at the Black Cliff Forge. It won't take long for people to join the dots. 2 missing person cases will become one as the truth gradually reveals itself. The Fatui planted undercover agents in the Black Cliff Forge to steal their signature ruin-grade explosives. Their plan was to blow through the solid floor tiles in the dead of night and seize the treasure of Qingshu Pool. But things didn't quite go to plan. Mistakes were made that led to the accidental deaths of the entire crew. Faced with the overwhelming evidence, the embassy won't investigate this any further. In fact, they'll be only too happy to blame it all on a rogue operation by you. It explains why you acted alone, while exonerating the rest of the embassy of any liability. Of course, none of that will have anything to do with me. When all of this comes to my attention, I'm afraid I'll have no choice but to cancel the Qingshu Pool redevelopment plan immediately. I guess then, I'll be Tianshu in my own right, with a clean record and well out of the Fatui's reach.
Jur-E, do you really think you're gonna get away with this? The Fatui has a record of everything. That includes the poison, all interactions between us, even my trip here tonight. After I die, they'll come looking, and they'll get to the bottom of this.
A record? Oh, you must mean the one in the hands of your second-in-command, Theophon?
What? How do you know about that?
Because when you contacted me, I also made contact with your associates. I have Theophon to thank for providing me with the poison I used on you today.
Guess there's no loyalty
He'll help
among
me
thieves.
tie up all the loose ends. After all, your untimely demise comes with a few perks for him. He has been eyeing your position for a long time now.
That traitor! Jeryi, you...
Shh. Relax. It's over. After tonight, everyone gets what they want. And anyone else in the know is either my accomplice or about to be taken out of the picture.
Mr.
Sweet
Pierre.
dreams, Mr. Yusupov.
Whoops. Oh, we get to join in. How's everyone doing? How's the party going?
I did a little surveying on the way here and found that you'd left yourself 3 escape routes in case things went south. I have them all surrounded. If you're thinking of trying anything, save yourself the effort. The game's up. We were here the whole time and have pictures of everything. They came out pretty nicely. Want to see them?
The game's up? Forgive me, I'm not quite sure what you're referring to, Miss Yelan. I happened to discover a Fatui operation here, so I approached them on the pretext of joining forces and eventually brought them down from within. If it pleases you, Miss Yelan, I'd be only too happy to have you join me in investigating this matter.
This is how you want to play it, huh? Fine. You do you. All we need to do to convict you is establish that the poison in his system is the same as in Uncle Tien's. Nothing else you wanted to add? Let's leave it there then. Time to go.
One wrong move and it all comes crashing down. I should have been more careful. You followed him here, didn't you? I was so focused on keeping myself out of sight, I forgot he was a potential liability. Let's talk about this, Yelan. I gave you my word that I would live up to the Tianshu name, and that much I can still guarantee.
Your point being?
When I take office, I can guarantee that I will act in your best interests.
Yeah, sometimes
In
that's not
fact,
going to happen.
all of you here tonight can expect very generous treatment in the future. I don't deny that I used underhanded methods to get here. But given my lowly origins, what other choice did I have?
You still don't get it, do you? Even now. What do you think?
What will Uncle Tian think? He always trusted you and he went and betrayed him.
Exactly. Jeryi, clever people can always come up with a good excuse. But while you might be able to get other people to believe you, you'll never be able to deceive yourself. There's nothing wrong with wanting to win other people's respect, but when has Uncle Tian ever looked down on you? He was like a teacher and a father to you, but you chose to repay that by poisoning him. Whatever positive goal you may have started out with, you threw it away in that moment.
That's enough.
Of course. What makes this even crueler is that you managed to convince yourself there was no other way. Uncle Tian was always going to give you this opportunity, even if you'd done nothing at all. Out of everyone in the world, he is the one who trusts you the most. So much that he drank your fish soup without doubting you, not for 1 second.
That's enough. That's enough.
Life is like fishing. It cannot be rushed. Whatever you do, impatience will accomplish nothing. I was just like you once, desperate to prove myself. Only later did I realize things do not always turn out the way you plan. But you have to keep calm to carry on. You're still young. Be patient, believe in yourself, and don't look outside yourself to prove your value. Where's Jury these days? It's been a long time since he last paid me a visit.
Maybe he's just busy.
Well, next time, if he doesn't bring a pot of piping hot fish soup, don't let him in.
Whatever you were thinking about, you'll have plenty of time to mull it over in prison. Oh, I almost forgot. If the Fatui find out what happened today, prison might not turn out to be the safest place for you. Trying to have friends on both sides, it has a way of turning everyone against you. But right now, I have an opportunity for you.
Huh?
Alien subordinates take Ian.
Sorry, things are about to get extremely busy for me. Let's meet at Yenshang Tea House tomorrow morning. I'll have someone remove the explosives. Then, there's someone I have to go and see.
Need our help with that?
No, it could be dangerous. You should leave this one to the professionals.
Oh, I'm great with explosives.
Don't worry. As long as they're willing to cooperate, this'll be a straightforward deal. Get some rest. See you tomorrow.
Ooh. Precious chest. Was there anything else around here? Nope. No, I'm noticing a lack of explosive. Yeah, a very big lack of explosive. What if I just, you know, finish the job? Oh, there's no explosives. Well, that's disappointing. That's the way we came. And then here's the exit. And just a pool of water. Okay, we can leave now. Wait until 8 the following day. So, where are we going? The tea house? I mean, I heard her say that. I don't actually know where the tea house is on the map. Oh, it is here. Okay. Ooh, thanks it.
There is now no poison left in his system. But recovery from the damage already done will not happen overnight.
Dr. Baiju, is my father going to be...
I haven't seen him in a
Needn't
while.
worry too much. Keep taking the prescribed medicine every day, and a full recovery will take at most 2
I'm
to
sorry,
3
what?
years. It's good we caught it in time. A few days later, and the toxin would have built up in the internal organs. At that point, things would have been much more serious.
How did they successfully secure such a seldom-seen poison? It seems the Fatui are extremely resourceful. Unfortunately for them, they were up against us.
Uncle Tian will be heading off now. Remember to get plenty of rest and avoid overexerting yourself while you're recovering.
Don't worry, I will. Thank you very much. Ah, you're here too? Thank you for all you've done to resolve this situation. I'll have to make some tea in a moment. You simply have to try it.
Well, are you feeling any better?
Yes, the exhaustion seems to have gone. My mind is steadily getting clearer again.
Luckily,
that's good to
it looks
hear.
like choosing the Tianshu's successor is suddenly not such a pressing issue after all.
Hey, Yelan!
My work is mostly wrapped up, so I thought I'd take a minute to check in here. The assessment process comes to an end here, Uncle Tian. In my opinion, Zhi is not suitable for the position. But Qianwei and Mingbo both have potential.
You have my gratitude. People can change their loyalties easily. I've always known this. But whenever it happens, it's still a dismal experience.
Is it just Paimon, or is Uncle Tian not that surprised?
I mean, probably wouldn't be spent so much time with him.
Don't underestimate Uncle Tian. He wouldn't have appointed me as assessment officer if he hadn't had his doubts about Zhi. Normally, the Yue High Pavilion would be responsible for assessing the candidates. Isn't that right, Uncle Tian?
Yes, to be quite honest, I wanted to trust him unreservedly. But I have to be responsible with the position of Tianshu. When I first met Zhi, I wondered if he had approached me with a hidden agenda. So I secretly investigated him. I concluded that he had no ulterior motives whatsoever. He just saw me as an ordinary fishing friend. In the end, even he changed. But when did it start?
What if none of this ever
I
happened?
never had any plans to recommend him directly, but I always intended to give him the chance to compete on a level playing field. Family background and fame mean everything to many people, but I don't attach great importance to them. I had no reputation to speak of when I first became Tianshu. I relied on Ganyu's assistance for all manner of things. What I really admired about Zhi was his intelligence and resilience.
I have to admit, he's a smart guy, and very cautious. The intel suggests that the Fatui saw him as very low risk, but Zhi was still extremely careful with the poisoning. He chose that specific liquor from Xinyue Kiosk because the fiery flavor would mask the bitterness of the poison, and he chose to wait until the Fatui official was drunk and had his guard down before delivering it to him. He also installed a secret compartment in the wine pot he bought to hold the poison. As the amount of liquor went down, he'd shake the pot to release the poison from the compartment into the liquor. Afterwards, we also found he had an antidote on him. Had the Fatui official grown suspicious, Zhi would have drunk the poisoned wine himself, and then found an opportunity to take the antidote shortly afterwards.
But that's still really dangerous.
Yes. Had he drunk the poisonous wine, he still would have faced serious health consequences despite taking the antidote. He didn't hesitate to put himself in harm's way to achieve his goal.
How is Zhi now?
Gee, what happened?
I mean, he's sitting in a jail cell. Like Yanfei says, everyone who breaks the law has to pay the price. Still, he's cooperating. He didn't turn down my offer to strike a deal. I'll make sure there are plenty of guards around to keep him safe from anything the Fatui might be planning.
Okay, I guess that's what she offered, protection.
Does this have to do with what you said to him when you arrested him?
Yes, Zhi's not the one I'm interested in. If he was as far as this went, I'd have handed the case off to my subordinates as soon as I realized. But once the Fatui became involved, things got a whole lot more interesting. I thought I might have the chance to catch a big fish.
Well, did you?
Almost. Unfortunately,
Oh.
it slipped off the hook at the last second.
Uncle Tian, Yelan, what are you talking about? Paimon doesn't understand.
Zhi colluded with the Fatui to try and secure the position of Tianshu. Or, to put it the other way around, the Fatui made an attempt to interfere in the Tianshu selection process. With Yusupov in our hands and a statement from Zhi, we could afford to continue with a diplomatic offensive. Also, we'd be able to gain control of Theophan, Yusupov's second-in-command. Then we'd have a pawn in the ranks of the Fatui. Pawns like this can be major assets. They open up all sorts of new options.
But that was your plan.
Why else did you think I was investing so much time and effort into this case?
So,
Yeah, you're bored.
okay,
I don't know.
well, did your plan succeed?
We got halfway. The first part went off without a hitch, and we passed all the information on to Lady Ningguang. But when we tried to make
second
contact
part?
with Theophan, he was gone.
Oh.
Along with all the evidence.
The Fatui must be spying on us. Otherwise, they'd never been able to respond so quickly.
Well, there's
I
no
found out
surprise
from
there.
other sources that the Harbinger Regrator got involved. The
That's a
Fatui's main
new
forces
one.
aren't concentrated here. Regrator was only treating this as a peripheral concern. It's a pity that Theophan got away. But knowing which Harbingers are still looking at Liyue is something. It gives me a starting point for my next mission.
I have to ask, Yelan, do you have any desire to take over the position of Tianshu yourself? I remember you showed some interest a few days ago at Yenshang Tea House. In my estimation, you are more than competent.
Oh, that. I was obviously joking.
Yeah, I
I
don't
prefer
think
my
you'd
current
like
life.
that.
There's danger and there's excitement. Although it'd still be a behind-the-scenes role, as Tianshu, I wouldn't have the chance to get involved in anything truly clandestine or face any real danger. All right, I'm done here. Time for me to go. I'm heading off again in a few days and I still have to prepare.
Where are you off to this time?
As you might have guessed, it's for me to know
Oh.
and you to find out. But I'm sure if you keep going as you are, getting yourselves involved in other people's business all the time, you're sure to get caught up in another misadventure before too long.
I mean, not
Maybe I'll
wrong with
see you the
that.
next time danger beckons. Until then, keep your wits about you. A lot of people are watching you for a lot of reasons.
Hmm.
If you have any more questions, just ask Uncle Tian. After the recent turn of events, I'd say he owes you one, wouldn't you?
And that is the Yelan story quest complete. So with that, you have completed another one. And now we get to do the final wishes for today. Did not mean to hit the mic when saying that. So, what are we gonna do for today's wishes? Let's have a look. Okay. It's been a while since I've seen that many. Let's do... we're gonna do like 3. Seems like a healthy amount. Right, let's go for this banner. So, number 1. Okay, number 2. Okay, I know this isn't a great idea, but I think for the final one, I'll do it on the weapon banner. Just need to check. Okay, that is actually set to that. So, let's have a go. See if anything comes up. No. Okay. And, oh, it's just one off. You know... oh, okay, we'll do 2 more, because we'll spend this, get another one. Oh, 4-star. Oh. Chongyun. Well, that means we get another wishes, but we get 2. Oh, I know. So we get not a standard wish, we got another intertwined wish. Which I'm going to try for the weapon banner again. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but I'm pretty sure after a 4-star you have a chance of getting a 5-star. So, let's see. No. Okay. Although now we get another wish. Okay, this is getting a bit much for what I thought it would be, but you know. Time to do a standard wish. What's the standard wish going to give? Also nothing, okay. Right. Well, now that all those wishes have finally gone through, we can call it a day there. After I've given Chongyun his constellation. There we go. So, with that, it is time for me to say goodnight. So, thanks for tuning in, and yeah, goodbye.